Hey guys, so today we're going to get started with an outline of our research paper for our adaptations paper. So as you guys can see in your adaptations guidelines, there's certain things that are required from you. Not only are you going to create like a Google Slides or Crello like a virtual poster, but you're also going to write a research paper on the adaptations in the ecosystem that you choose. So the first step is you need to choose the ecosystem that you want to talk about. And then you're going to choose animals and plant life that live in that ecosystem that have to make adaptations to survive. Because remember, that's the whole point of adaptations is it's a physical and behavioral change that allows that organism to survive and thrive in that ecosystem. So those are the main things that you have to figure out before you can even write your paper. But once you have figured that out, then we can do the research, find out information about that plant and animal lives that have to make that adaptation so that you can write the paper. But let's go ahead and start with an outline. So I'm going to do an outline similar to the informational paper that we did last time. But you can also do, I also provide a graphic organizer. So whatever you prefer, you can do the outline with me, or you can work on a graphic organizer that I have provided for you in this assignment. Okay, but let's start with, I'm just going to put our adaptations paper here, adaptations, okay? And this is just so that I know what paper I'm writing about right now. Okay, we're going to start with our introduction, right? Because that's what we always start with when we're writing in a paper. Okay, so paragraph 1 is going to be your introduction. What is included in an introduction? Your topic sentence. Usually some sort of hook to grab your reader, right? And then you're also going to give some general basic information about your ecosystem. Okay. And then we're going to move on to, so this is all the paragraph 1. Remember, paragraph 1 is anywhere from 4 to 8 sentences. And then we're going to move on to your body paragraphs, which are also known as support paragraphs. Support paragraphs are the paragraphs that are going to support the topic that you have brought up with evidence. In your research paper, you want to make sure you're including evidence. So we are citing evidence. We learned how to cite evidence in an informational text a couple weeks ago. So now you're going to do that. Whenever you're citing evidence, you do have to put where did you get that evidence from? What journal, what article, what website, okay? And I'll show you how to do that. Okay, but let's go ahead and continue. So the second paragraph, the supportive paragraph, we're going to talk about our ecosystem, okay? So whatever ecosystem we chose. So I'm just going to put ecosystem here because I'm doing I'm not choosing an ecosystem because each one of you are going to have a different ecosystem to write about. So if you're writing about the taiga, you would write that here. If you're writing about the rainforest or the ocean, that would go here. Okay, what are you going to include in this paragraph? So you're going to include what makes your ecosystem unique, okay? What makes your ecosystem unique? Basically, without stating your opinion too much, because this is informational and you don't want to state your opinion, but why this ecosystem? What makes this particular ecosystem interesting? What makes it unique that you would choose it to talk about adaptations? Next is you're just going to talk about what types of plants live in your ecosystem. So what types of plants live here? okay? You're not talking about adaptations yet, okay? Because we're still introducing this idea. We are just talking about the ecosystem. And then you're going to talk about what types of animals live here. Okay? So this way you're kind of introducing to your reader, hey, we're going to be talking about plants, we're going to be talking about animals, but I'm first giving you some information about the ecosystem before I talk about that. But now that we've kind of introduced it, I can now go into my third supporting paragraph, or second supporting paragraph, but third overall paragraph. And that one's going to be specifically on your plant adaptations. So I'm going to put that here, plant adaptations. Okay, so which plants have adapted to that environment? Okay, so now this is where you've done your research and you're specifically going to talk about a plant. Okay, so what plant are you going to talk about? What plant? And then what adaptations have they had to make? Do they have? Okay, and then you're going to be specific to talk about their behavioral adaptations and their physical adaptations. Okay, so I'm going to put that here. So physical and behavioral. So you're talking about your physical and behavioral adaptations here, okay? All right, now we're going to move on to our third supporting paragraph, fourth overall paragraph. And so just like you talked about plants, we're now going to talk about our animal adaptations. And you're going to have the same questions. What kinds of animals live here? And then what adaptations do they have? So what animals and what adaptations do they have? And then make sure that you talk about specifically their behavioral and their physical. Okay, so I'm going to put that here as well. Physical and behavioral. Okay, so you pretty much have a good portion of your paper now using this outline and prompt. So paragraph 5 can either be your conclusion, or you could do another supporting paragraph where you're talking about why are these adaptations made. You can absolutely talk about that in paragraph 3 and 4 when you specifically talk about the plants and animals that you're researching, or you can include it in for paragraph 5. I'll let that be up to you. Or you can do your conclusion. So it could be your conclusion, or you can continue talking about adaptations or adaptations. Okay, if you're doing your conclusion, so I'm going to put a little dot here so it's underneath conclusion here. If you're doing your conclusion, don't forget to restate your topic sentence. You're just going to rephrase it. Restate topic sentence. You're going to sum up all of your information. Okay. Usually we have like a little, like a goodbye hook sometimes in your conclusion, but mainly restate your topic and sum up your information is what we're looking for here. Okay. If you're choosing to write a last paragraph before your conclusion, a last supportive paragraph, then you'll want to continue on with your adaptations. You may have a ton of information that you can absolutely expand this into 6 paragraphs. Remember, we are looking for 5 to 6 paragraphs here. Okay. I already said your introduction is 4 to 8 sentence. Your conclusion is 4 to 8 sentence. I've actually run out of room. But then your supportive paragraphs here, those are anywhere from 5 to 8 sentences. 5 to 8 sentences. And same thing for this one, 5 to 8 sentences. Okay, because some of you are not doing enough sentences and therefore are leaving the information out, or you have run-on sentences where you're going on and on and on. You can split that up into multiple sentences. Of course, if you have any questions about your outline or how to get started on your research paper, because you have this week and next week to write it, remember this is due on the 6th, your research paper as well as your presentation. So if you have any questions or need help, just come and see me. All right, so let's see, I'm gonna take this off, hopefully make this a little bit bigger for you guys so you can see. Oh, there you go. So now you can see it just a little bit better. Okay. Of course, you can always pause the video if you need this. Oops, there we go. My hands are a little shaky. If you need this as a better view. Alrighty, thanks guys. Bye.